Today we are building the Panzer V light German World War II tank, and here we get going. It's kind of a long, quite a lot of steps to get this done. Let's count how many there is. 84 steps. Let's get it. This is how it's going to start. We're going to start well. Number one, we did sort of do, and I forgot to record, but it is what it is. We have done it. Now let's start going. The Panzerkampfflagon 38, also known as the Panzer 38. And this tank was a light tank designed by Czechoslovakia, and the Germans used it in World War II. They actually took it over in 1938, and the German army renamed it as the Panzer 38. This tank was a light tank and one of the most reliable tanks actually for World War II for the Nazis, and the reliability of this meant fewer breakdowns, less time out of action compared to other tanks in its era. It had a really good cross-country mobility, could navigate rough terrain effectively for a light tank, what they kind of use for, but it's really good. And the maintenance on this was easy too, so this is why they only had 4 members for the crew. You had a driver, you had a driver, you had a gunner, you had a loader, and a radio operative. And this is why you want these types of tanks. These are the ones that stand out in World War II. The ones that always were working. For example, another one, the Sherman, always was working, always was a great tank. But going back on the Panzer 38, the firepower was quite effective against early tanks, but when other tanks come into the battle, it wasn't as effective. But the armor on this too wasn't that crazy heaviest, but it was a light tank, but provided decent protection against small fires or shrapnel hitting the tank. But this tank was a great tank for the Germans, and this is why I chose it to build. So let's get building and let's see how it looks at the end. Okay, you can see, yes, I'm wearing a different jumper now. It's a new day, it's a new dawn. I'm sorry, I got so far with this, my eyes started hurting. I was being so slow building this tank. So let's carry on, let's see where we are. Being honest, I've done something so bad, like you can see this big pile of all the blocks and everything like that. Apparently there was numbers on the bags. I didn't see the numbers, so I didn't think there was numbers, so that's why it's a bit of a mess. But let's get this going. So this is what we've got so far. Like you can see, there's a lot of detail inside of this tank. That's what's taken a lot of time, really. And we're building this up slowly. Like you can see how many layers. That's why it's taken a lot of time, being honest. Not saying I'm a bot or anything like that. I am pretty botty, but okay, we have done that bit, and you think how many bricks have gone into this is actually frustrating. A little bit frustrating, but it is what it is. Can anyone guess what this is yet? a lot is happening with it, but it's very slow progress, I'm being honest. Like, you see there's still a lot of stuff to put on it, but Jesus Christ. I'm on like step 25 now, and you know, you think, I feel like I would be a bit further ahead. Okay, here's another thing where at the end of the day, this has taken a lot of steps just to get here. It's great, it's looking nice, but don't get me wrong, I'm just getting annoyed that this is how much more I've got to do and this is how much I've done. It's taken a long time. I just want to tell you how annoying this tank was to build. It looked beautiful when finishing, but it did take a long time. It took about roughly 4 hours to do, and I was actually quite annoyed, and there was a lot of times where I did stop doing this, in the sense why I tried another night, and you know, I couldn't get things going. I don't know if this is with you, if you build Lego, but it seems to be with me that if I can't get things going, it's still just going to take time. I just kind of need to be in the right mindset and get going, kind of be in a chilled mindset, and just, you know, pick up a brick, put it together, pick up another brick and get it together. But this tank took forever, and I'm being honest, and I'm happy I finally did it. And if anyone breaks this tank, I would cry, but it is what it is. I really appreciate anyone who's still watching now. Make sure to like and subscribe, and let's get back to it, because now this is the best bit of a tank, is when you start to see the actual detail starting to come along, not building the base for so long. And I'm really sorry it has been so long, but let's get straight to it. As you can see, we're starting to make the sides to put on the tank now. And yes, they did take a bit of time. Like again, most tanks I've built, you don't have to add about 50 little bricks for this long side. Normally they add them and they make a long bit and you just click it on and it's not too bad. So like you can see, we've got the engine in there, we've got the front gun there. It is looking good, but like I said, this is a lot of bricks for a tank. I'm pretty sure this is like very similar to the Sherman one I've made before, and it's like double the size. It was kind of crazy. But yes, again, we've got more detail to put on here. The armor at the back is going along, so it's a lot of clicking on, and the armor on top, where you just gotta keep putting bricks on each other and finding it all. And like you can see on the left side of the screen, the big pile of bricks have really condensed down, and like you can see, they're all built on the tank. Well, it's kind of cool. It's quite satisfying. I don't know if anyone is watching, you are Lego builders yourself, or you kind of just feel like this is quite cool content to watch, of just watching someone build Lego. But when you do build something and you get to the end of it, you feel like you've achieved something. And this is what I definitely did. I literally, when I got off, I'm pretty sure I finished and got a takeaway and went, that is me done. I am so happy. But yes, I'm buzzing that this is basically nearly been completed so far, and I will show you how we make the turret at the end, and with some lovely views of the tank, what we normally do. And also, there was one thing what went wrong with this. They sent me the tracks with it. Some of them come broken, so I couldn't fully put the tracks around the whole tank. So I've had to order some extra tracks, and then when they arrive, I'll add them on. But it definitely did start to come together. The little extra bits of detail what this tank showed compared to other tanks was exceptional. Did it take ages? Yes. Was it frustrating? Yes. But was I happy when it was finished? 100% yes. And if you do want to get your one similar to this, we have got a shop coming very soon, so make sure you stay tuned. And also, I want to be doing a giveaway when we hit 500 subscribers, and I'm hopefully will be just before Christmas, and it would be a tank giveaway too. A lot more on this will be on my TikTok and YouTube. I'll post on this too, so make sure you subscribe and stay tuned, because the giveaways are coming. Now it's time to finally build the turret, and this is my favorite bit when I build a tank, just because of I know it's near the end, and is the bit where normally you kind of put things together and it makes the tank look all beautiful all together. But like you can see, how many bricks are left? Quite a lot to build a turret, and it did take a while. It did take another while, where it was a lot of little bits and bobs to get in. But when we made it, we put the turret in. It was actually kind of cool. Then we had to put the little side bits on, and then there we go. Click it on, job done. We had some figures come with this. We had 3 figures come with it. We had a German medic. What looked, the figure wasn't amazing in my opinion. We had a tank driver, and then we had a German soldier. But in my opinion, the medic soldier wasn't that great. But now it's time for the final release of the tank. So let me know in the comments down below what you think of it when you watch this. And here we have it, the finished tank. It looks beautiful. 4 hours down the drain. And this is what I'm left with. Was this a W or was this a L? To be fair, the tank looks beautiful. It's a perfect size to be able to put it in a mock, because that's another thing too. You don't want the tanks to be too crazy big, or you can't put them in a mock. But this is it. This is perfect. You got the little driver with it too. The perfect way. The figure looks great. Tank looks great. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this, and make sure like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched all of this far, I really appreciate it. We've got a lot more builds on the way, still posting once a week. And make sure, if you haven't already, check out my TikTok, link in description. I'll see you there. Bye.